All right, my friends, we are live. No fancy introduction, no nothing, but Kasia is my guest from Daily Freddo. I want to make sure I get all my questions out of the way before we get into it. First of all, welcome, and thank you.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. You have no idea.
No, you should be, because you're great and you have been great. And I'm going to tell you a lot of things that you do that you probably know this. I'm a student of this. There's a lot of people I noticed who are just terrific, and I wanted to make sure I reach out to you. First of all, Kasia, not Kasia, like Asia.
Look, Polish people will say Kasia, so you need to smile to say my name, Kasia. But
isn't that a cereal? Isn't that a breakfast cereal, Kasia? Isn't that?
That's Kasia.
Okay, right. Well, it's the same thing.
Oh, you're close enough, yeah.
What is Freddo? Freddo.
Yeah. Freddo. I live in Cyprus, as you know. So here it's a local type of iced coffee. Everyone loves it. Everyone drinks it. We have frappe and we have Freddo. So Freddo is like your daily coffee. Here we don't drink tea. So nobody drinks tea. Only British people that live here. Everyone goes out for coffee and they drink Freddo. So instead of your daily tea, I offer daily Freddo.
There you go. How do I go Freddo? It's like you get the trill of the R and the D.
Yes.
I'm thinking Fredo, like Corleone. You know, I'm smart, Mikey. I'm smart. You're my kid brother. I'm thinking, no, that's not it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as we know it. You've got your brand, and your brand is excellent. Your editing is excellent. Look at that. Ricky on the job. Your editing is excellent. And I don't do any editing. I do anything. So the most minimalistic of editing will astound me, because I don't do anything. I'm just lazy. But you really know it. You know your stuff. I can tell you do your research. People should watch you. You're just very, very well done. People don't know how much work goes into it to time it right and to bank everything first and to make sure when you go to it, it's how long does it take to do one regular video? How long do you think?
Oh, like research wise or filming wise? I mean, it's like half a day. Look, the whole point is that I am obsessed with this case. Probably like you, probably like everyone here right now in the chat. We're all obsessed and we're all reading about it. We're all on X. We're all on social media. We're all something. We're reading. We're watching.
Yes.
We watch each other. You know, like all the creators here. We watch each other's stuff and then comment on each other's stuff, because we're just live and breathe this case at the moment. It's been 8 months. I didn't get bored, not even for a second. So when I wake up in the morning and I see again something happen overnight, because that's for me. It happens during the day for you guys. It happens during the night for me. So I wake up every morning, I open X and I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. What now? So it creates itself kind of. And because we know so much about the case, it's also easier to like start connecting dots, start seeing some new patterns, new revelations. And yeah, it's just, that's how it gets done.
Do you ever have anybody, Kasia, ever say to you, what is the matter with you? The world is going, we're at war. Don't you understand? We're at war. The price of gas, the Strait of Hormuz, the Bab el Mandeb is my favorite, the Gate of Tears. I want to go vacation there. And you're talking about Candace Owens, for the love of God. Don't you? What do you tell people that?
I always I get a lot of these comments, like especially ever since I started doing videos on Candace, on Charlie, and so on. I sometimes get these comments like, oh my God, are you a fan channel of Candace? You know how much other things are happening in the world. You should talk about this. You should talk about that. And I'm like, okay, what do you talk about on your channel? You know, like, give me a link. I'm going to check. They don't have channels. They obviously, it's my channel. I want to talk about Candace, like, sue me, I mean, don't. You're all Americans. No, I'm not encouraging any suing. No. But I get it a lot. I don't care.
Remember Leslie Gore, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Well, it's my channel and I'll talk about anything I want to. By the way,
Yeah.
you are the best editor. Sometimes you edit what you say so much. I'm thinking, did I understand that? And the Germans will not, and the and the yeah, wait a hold on, wait, what is it?
It becomes beatboxing almost.
She's you can isn't it sad? The story we're not extolling violence. It's a story about violence that is in every newspaper, and yet I can't say it because it doesn't make any sense. So
yes.
let's go down to this. First of all, there is the trial, which I love. It's the lawyer in me. There's maybe the proof kind of part about Tyler. There's the motivation. There's Erica. There's the TPUSA attendant, and then there's Candace. This story, when somebody says, "What about?" There's like 5 parts to it. What are your focuses? What do you love the most? Are you obsessed with the most?
I would say my first obsession was Erica. And it happened, no, because how it started, my focus on this case, how it started. Maybe I'll walk you through that. So what happened? I didn't start making videos about Charlie's case until Blake Neff posted that crazy video when he listed all these claims by Candace Owens and then invited her on the podcast. You remember that? And then she said, yeah, let's do it. Any place, anytime. It was horrible. So they listed all these claims and I'm like, man, all of it is lies. They lied, all of it. Like I can debunk all of it. So I'm like, I need to sit down and I need to do a video about it. So I did. This one took me a long time. I think I sat for 2 days and I was finding videos. I wanted really, really to debunk him. I published the video and I published it right before I was getting on the plane. I was going on holiday with my sister. So then I landed after a few hours and the video was going crazy. It was like one of the first ones in a long time that really picked up. And then it was based on requests, like people wanted to know more. This kind of became my thing, that I was debunking thing and I was connecting dots and I was proving them wrong, like meaning TPUSA and anybody from there. And then I did a reaction video to Erica's speeches because those were, oh man. And at the beginning, look, I didn't want to go hard on Erica. I had massive respect to the fact that, she lost a husband and I'm like, maybe she's just a weird lady, she speaks weirdly. Maybe she's on something, to help her get through this thing. So she can't really speak properly and she doesn't know what's going on. There was a lot of thinking going into it, but ultimately it was like I was looking at it and I'm like, man, something is not right. Something is weird. So so I would say it's Erica and her behavior that is just not there.
Oh, come on, say it. Now, by the way, before, do you remember the old Seinfeld joke about when some people would say, not that there's anything wrong with it? The old thing about being gay, the Seinfeld episode, whatever you said, the gay people, not that there's anything wrong with it. Well, now we have to say, well, Erica, I know she's the one. I'm sorry.
This is how I used to talk about it. Yes.
I was like, hold up like a sign.
Yeah, she was, look, what got me at the beginning, it was his chair, and like amazing Mikey McCoy, the whispers and the stuff. And I'm like, okay, I understand that she's grieving, but maybe so. I don't know what's going on.
You know exactly. Say it. See, because
now we know. I mean, after 8 months, we know that something is wrong, obviously. We know there were lies.
I'm sorry. She hasn't gotten better. She hasn't gotten better at this.
I think she got more confident. I think she has, I don't know, people around her telling her like, you're doing great, honey. You are, you got this. So I think she got, especially after the last video when she was looking straight in the camera and she was like, Candace is accusing me of this. That was creepy, how confident she was saying those things. Because at the beginning she wasn't confident. She was just like trying to be good,
Right.
trying to be, gain sympathy. And now she's like, no, you're all accusing me.
Listen to your voice.
Story.
You should do like voiceovers for like a Cruella de Vil. Now, let's
you.
do some word association, shall we? I'll give you a couple of ideas and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Okay. Let's start with it like a Rorschach test. Okay. Here we go. Here's the first one. Erica lying over her husband's corpse in the casket with the mannequin hands and the, how's this? What was your reaction to that as a human being?
My skin almost fell off from crawling. Like, it felt surreal because, I mean, we all know it now. It's such an intimate moment. It just happened. And I just can't imagine being like losing a loved one. Okay. For whoever, losing a loved one, and you're having that moment over a casket and someone is just like with the iPhone, over your shoulder. Got it? The hands. And then it was the pictures as well. I don't know if you noticed, she was like laying things next to the hands and like positioning her hand. So someone actually was like, we call it in fashion, they call it flat lay, like a nice organized flat lay. So it's like nicely framed, their hands, the little object that she placed. I don't remember what it was, some medal,
I think it was a medal.
Her rings were showing. Yeah, or something. I don't know if he got it later or it was something else, but it's surreal. I don't know what they thought this was gonna do. I think she was going for, or like her PR brilliant wizard, Andrew Colvett said, let's go for like a Jackie O moment. When she wouldn't take off her bloody clothes, we're gonna have you there next to his casket so they can see what they've done. Like the same kind of situation, but it didn't work, girl. It did not land well. Crazy.
I'm always trying myself not to be, at first, because I don't know about you. And again, forgive me. Say your name again. Kasia or Kasia?
Kasia. It's
Kasia. Okay,
it's easier.
Somebody just asked me. I'm thinking, I don't remember. My God, I think I'm demented. I forgot Kasia. Okay. I didn't know who she was at first. You got to believe me. I have a heart. I have feelings. I never, with this, the poor Ukrainian girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot her name. She was stabbed in the.
Irina. Yes.
Yeah. Or as you would say, the Kasia speak, because I'm going to have to blur. But exactly. When her mother sat next to her at the State of the Union, her mother had a look of just spent, bereft, devoid, absent. Just, I've cried. I can't even cry anymore. I can't even. And yet, Erica's activities are going up. It's almost like she's getting the script wrong. But I know there's not a formulaic way to act. But immediately I thought, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And I can't believe what I'm thinking. The second one was, what about days after? Days! And she meets with this Zoom call or whatever it was. Hey, guys! She acted like she was doing I don't know what it is, like a meeting, a team meeting for a beverage company or something. These poor kids who were devastated, leveled, waylaid by the death of this was their John Lennon and John Kennedy and everything rolled up into one. And she was talking about merch sales. Come on, let's go, go, go. What did you think about that?
So look, the story is like this. When I found out that Charlie's wife was going to address the nation 2 days after he was gone, I'm like getting ready. Tissues, wine. Like, I'm like, that's gonna be rough. Like, I will not survive it, because I am like you. I am an empath, and I would cry with her. And then she started speaking. I was like, yeah, I don't need that. I'm fine.
Well, you need it for different reasons.
Yeah, maybe. Like, the Zoom call was just inappropriate in my look. What's happening is that side of the argument, there people are saying that, well, now how would you act if, they made you do this, they made you take over the company and made you do these Zoom calls with people and made you go on stage in sparkly suits and stuff. I'm like, nobody made her. Nobody expected this. Nobody was waiting for her to come out 2 days after he was gone to address us. Nobody did. I was shocked. I was like, what is she gonna do? She's gonna go on camera and she's gonna speak to the people. Why? Like, let's give her some time. It's fine. She can take a moment. She can take a month. She can take a year. Whoever. Nobody was waiting for her to step in, ever. So seeing her 5 days later on a Zoom call, being like, oh my God, there are emojis here. Right. Okay, so if someone is acting weird, don't look into that. It's fine. It was not right. It was not right. I don't know who's advising her. It's probably COVID, now that we are, 8 months later into this investigation. And we have Baron, who is looking into COVID. Baron, on one of his last podcasts, he created that theory. He came to this conclusion that maybe COVID is sabotaging Erica somehow. I don't know how. I'm willing to believe that. He had very good arguments. If you haven't seen that podcast yet, it's worth a watch. So he had very good arguments, and it would make sense to me, because, like, who told her, yeah, wear a sparkling suit? That's a great decision. You need to come out on a memorial to fireworks, and what she did on a memorial, I don't know if you noticed, but she synced with the music. Yeah. So it was like, she's coming out, she's crying, she's looking around. And then when the music picks up, she looks up. Oh, and it's so, I don't know if it was rehearsed.
She's choreographing grief. Now, let me tell you what you did, which is something which is most interesting. You do what I do. First, you start off with the premise of nobody can be this stupid. Therefore, I will move to a derivative of it's got to be planned. Nobody can be this stupid. Nobody could be. There's got to be a reason for this. Nobody can, because incompetence doesn't even weigh into it. There is a to use Kasia speak, when that person was in the Manhattan who was and wasn't, I thought to myself, why did they have to wait at all? Why not just have him just disappear? So therefore, it must be because they want him to appear. They wanted a splash because nobody could be that stupid. Yeah, I think sometimes people can be that stupid, and it's hard for us to think. So I don't know.
Yeah.
When you have $1 billion, let's face it, TPUSA with $1 billion. Don't give me this 100 billion. You think at some level somebody would have said, "I've got my team. I'm looking at my team. I hired the best PR people. What do you think about this?" And they say, "Look, we did a kind of a focus group, and this doesn't work. Tone it down." So what did they do? She comes out with a sniper hat, doing the Nation for whatever this thing is, Janet Jackson thing, and you're thinking, it's getting worse. It's like the Hubble expanding interview. It's picking up speed. Yeah. This is not no. So I'm thinking, you're insulting me. Why are you doing this? And every time, but then again, the other part of you says, good, I can talk about something. How about two of the things that make you happy? One is, A, you won the lottery. Hey, I found some money, and there's a new Erica video.
So we got content. Yes. No, definitely. She's a content material. I don't know. The fact that she's wearing... Do you find it weird that they are wearing these freedom t-shirts and the freedom hats? I find it weird from the beginning, and I did my research. I know that Charlie never wore white t-shirts. He wore a white t-shirt at an event in college only once when he was campaigning for Trump. So it was like a campaign t-shirt,
Right.
presidential campaign. That was only one time. And then it was white freedom t-shirt. And so now, we suspect with my subscribers that maybe they wanted a better effect, with the white, like the freedom, the white t-shirt, the red, it's morbid, not to be morbid, but yeah, it would make sense to me. And now wearing all this merch by his wife, out of everyone, okay, but by his wife,
Yes.
that's another thing.
What did you think? Let's go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, first of all, everybody is laughing. Trump's backstage, peekaboo. Melania, did you see Melania? She was like this. She was doing one of these. She just slid underneath, underneath. Right. Nobody even went to get her. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's Melania. What do you know? She just slid underneath there. Bobby Kennedy's wife, Cheryl Hines. I'm over here, Bobby. She's walking by herself. Kash Patel is saying, I can't get reception in this. By the way, where's my girlfriend? Where's the girlfriend? The country music singer. Where is she? Anyway, people are taking wine. Did you see the fellow at the table who was eating? I know him. He's an agent in New York. He said, I'm from New York. I'm gonna. Do you want your brownie? He didn't. Nobody.
Everybody come in. It's still warm.
Yeah, right. Nobody was diving under anything. Nobody. Except JD Vance. They got rid of him quick. So, and then Trump says, excuse me, remember me? So people were walking out, and yet with a camera that happened to be focused, here she is. I just want to go home. Why?
I think anything they've done later, because, after the backlash started, at the beginning, she still had a lot of sympathy. Even when you thought it was weird, what she was doing, you were still quiet. You were like, okay, everyone grieves differently, right? The campaign.
Yeah, right.
But now it's all damage control. So everything, I think every outing they were planning, every appearance, they're like, okay, we're going to do this, so she will score some points. I know that one of the, I don't know which wave of hate it was on Erica, suddenly she posted her mom, in very vulnerable situation. I would never, ever, ever, ever post anybody like that. It was cruel to do that to a woman that used to be a CEO and this role model to her, and this strong businesswoman and all that. Like, let's keep her legacy, like we like to say that, right? Rather than posting her, like her mom probably doesn't even know that she's on the internet like that, shaking in a wheelchair and stuff.
A woman who probably, like most women, most people, cared about her looks, does not want to be known as a woman in her not her dotage, but in her older years. Not this. And it reminded me of something just as a tangential. There was a picture one time when Facebook, this grief, I don't know, not grief porn, but grief projection or signaling or whatever. There was a fellow I knew whose mother was in the hospital. Her gnarled purple hand with the IV was like sticking out, and he had his camera like this, and he did this. Like, oh, I thought, if there is a hell, he is in the smoking section. This is sick. Grief exploitation. She did that for Laurie Franz. This is the woman who taught her everything, groomed her. Did you ever know the stories about the Swans, about Babe Paley and in New York? You got to look them up about how they were groomed. You got to read this. So the Cushing sisters, and they were all part of Truman Capote's The Swans, the women who lunch, and they were the women of society in the 60s and these girls were taught, groomed. I mean, they're debutante. They were trained. And from her various iterations, I think it was the mother trying to lead her, because Erica all her life was trying to find something. Is it, am I a beauty queen? Remember when she was the only person ever in the history of mankind to be actually, to be pulled and plucked from society to run as a pageant person. Anyway, so this woman, and there she is, and maybe what could be the last moments of her life, she takes and she exploits it. I'm so glad you reminded me of that. That was
Yeah, it was terrible. And I commented on it online. And of course, there were people that were trying to bite my head off for it because
good.
they assumed that I'm like, oh, look at, Lori's mom. No, 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 no. We know she's sick. I would never say, I don't know, I would never criticize a very sick woman, for
Right.
being sick and things like that. The point was that it was such inconvenient timing to score sympathy points, almost. And it seems to be like a theme with Erica. Anytime she's in hot water,
Mhm.
suddenly she's like running out of this dinner, and there was
Right.
a shooter, and she's like, running, waiting to be in front of the camera, positioned right, going, I just want to go home. Why so sad? Yeah.
Why
That
so
whole thing.
sad? Why so sad, by the way, is the who said why so sad? Who was the
I want to know. Everyone wants to know. This is a most wanted person in the world right now. Everyone wants to know who's the hero, who
somebody
was the brave man.
out of all the things, years ago we had who let the dogs out, different expressions. I mean, this is her why so sad. So what
Yeah.
is her next now? Okay, imagine this. She hires you, and in all candor, she says, "What do I do next? I want to rehabilitate myself." Kasia, only you can help me. I'm giving you $10 million. I've deposited this in crypto. And you'll say, okay, I'll think about it. What would you advise her? Is she irredeemable?
I would advise her to stay out of the spotlight, to find someone to fill in for her as CEO. And not only CEO, as she's not, they just thought that they will replace Charlie and we will not notice. It's like, it's his wife, so nobody will ever know the difference. She will go to the college events, she'll speak to students, and like nobody will ever know that there was a switcheroo. No, she's not meant for it. Maybe, in the future, in different circumstances. I know she's a beauty queen, so definitely she has this. Look, people criticize her for the way she speaks. I don't think she's not talented in speaking. I think she could be. But I think right now her mindset is not there. She's coming across fake. And I even said that before as well, that what happened to Erica, I think, is that she maybe researched. She went on ChatGPT and she's like, how grieving widows should act.
Yeah.
And she's like, took it all. And she's like, let's apply it all from day one, And that's why it was so theatrical and over dramatic and unnatural. Because she's like, okay, the widow should speak like this with the whispers and with, the growl or something, the battle drum or the widow. I don't know. So all these theatrics. And also another thing, I haven't even talk about it on my show. The speech. She claims that the night after, the night she came back home from Utah, she said she couldn't sleep, and she just whipped out this speech that she went the next day in front of the camera, and she just said it, she just whipped it out. And I'm like, seriously? This is a night after your husband was and
there you go. See that?
And you write a sales speech for TPUSA, like that you whipped out this, like amazing Mikey McCoy, sign up for the chapters. Like that was it. That's what came to you that night, So she is redeemable, I think, but she needs to stay out of the spotlight for as long as it takes. And someone needs to take over, someone honest, someone new, someone different than Charlie. They should go different direction. They shouldn't constantly be like, Charlie would want this. Charlie would do it this way. I don't think it's a good strategy anymore. I don't think it's working. People have been following Charlie for Charlie. Erica also said to Megyn Kelly, I don't know if you saw that interview. She said, Turning Point USA is like, it's not leader-led, or it's vision-led. She likes to say it's vision-led. So it can survive without Charlie, without CEO, without the face of the company, because it's vision led. It has a mission, and anyone can continue it. And it was proven no. If there is no Charlie, there is
Yes.
no TPUSA in a way he built it. So scrap what was, come up with something new, something that will work, new movement, new way of doing things. That would be my advice. Don't try and copy what Charlie did, rebrand yourselves, kind of thing, because you can't copy Charlie, guys. There is no copy paste button. There is no second Charlie. There is not going to be.
No. In fact, don't you also think it would be a good idea if she would have done something to the effect of, if I would have said, now listen, if you have to be on TV, if you really, really, really have to do this, how about just talk about, I'm proud to announce that this week at TPUSA, we have a new Reading to the Blind program, and we've offered grief counseling, and we've learned, in Charlie's name, we put together, families around the country are affected by grief. Something that just didn't say I, me, I. Something that where you would say, yes, don't even talk. Candace said the best and by the way, Candace, come on. Can she?
Our girl.
I can't. If Candace said, look, I'm thinking about, yes, let me finish. Whatever you say, I'm with you 100%. But she said, compared to Kobe Bryant's wife was perfect in showing this sense of, she never talked about herself, and she never said, and by the way, that's Lakers.com if you're for season tickets. She didn't push merch. How anybody does not realize that is beyond me. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. I don't know how people sit there and don't see that fakeness and don't see that it's not natural to act. But it's also explained very conveniently that she's like in this very unique situation where she wants to continue the legacy of her husband because he asked her to, and he said to everyone that she should replace him. God forbid something happens to him. They have a video, they have an audio, right? Like all this that we are still waiting to see. I love that Candace is like, dog with a bone with it. Like she's not letting go. Anytime Blake Neff is on X, Candace is like, okay, so how about this video? When Charlie is nominating Erica for CEO, where is the video? Show us the video. I love it that she's chasing it. I don't know, man. It's just fakeness all around. That's why I would say she needs to take a minute. She needs to take a rest. There was someone tweeted and said Erica is stepping down as CEO of TPUSA, and she commented. She went on X and she's like, first time I hear about this. That happened a few days ago, but like previously she's like, oh, I'm never on social media. I don't care what they write about me. But she answered immediately. She's like, first time I hear about it.
Right.
I'm still CEO. I think she's in the role of her life.
Now, a couple of things too. I don't know what you're interested in, because to me, the case itself, the Tyler case. Now, I am an absolute 100%. Maybe it's the lawyer in me. I don't care who you are. If you're Ted Bundy, if you're Mussolini, and if there's no evidence against you, I'm pulling for you to be acquitted. Not because I like you, not because I think you're a great person, but we can't railroad you if there's no evidence. Better, we'll get you next time. How does anybody, I keep asking, maybe I'm asking the wrong way. Kasia, what evidence, if you're a juror and you go into the jury room, and I say, I want you to find him guilty, and you say, excuse me, on what? Mm-hmm. Well, we have a rifle that is not linked to anything. This is my lint brush, and this is not linked to anything either. This has nothing to do with it never was shot, neither was that rifle. So that can't come into play. And there was mostly going to be, what is referred to as a motion in limine, which probably says, and you can't even mention it. So there is nothing there. They could have found a buck knife, a bazooka, a flintlock, but that wasn't connected either. So there is no rifle. That's number one. Number two, I don't think there's any real confession. It's very, and I don't know what Junebug or Luna or Lance or whatever, what they're going to say, because it was one of the most unequivocal or the most equivocal confessions ever. And when he went to the police to turn himself in after being given Miranda warnings, he never said anything. So there's no confession. There's none.
Yeah.
So I ask you again, you're a juror and I want you to find him guilty, but there's no evidence.
You cannot. But I have a funny thing that I came up with in my head, which I usually do. But I was wondering, I'm like, how did this thing happen really with Tyler? Like, how did it happen? There are possibilities. We're all like theorizing on daily basis, right? So it's like, did they hire the guy? They just found a young guy that will be a patsy and he agreed? Did his beautiful, boy girlfriend decided to do it, and because he loved this Lance guy so much, he decided to take a hit for it? I'm like, it's not doing it for me. And then I started thinking, I'm like, if that was a comedy movie, like how would that go? If it was a comedy movie about Tyler Robinson, what would be the story? Okay, so what I imagine happened is that Tyler maybe decided to do it. Okay, let's say he decided to do it, and he got his rifle and he prepared everything and he went to UVU, and as he was putting together the rifle, as he was getting ready, he hears a shot.
Yeah.
And it's done. And he's like, oh shoot, I gotta run, But then it's convenient because probably maybe he dropped his rifle, and the police found it and they're like linking him, and he's like, oh, okay, damn.
Let me stop you right there. I was thinking the same thing. Imagine he is the first person ever to have been convicted of a conspiracy where he didn't know he was conspiring with anybody. Say, what was that? Is it a rifle? I didn't do that. That wasn't me. Wait a minute. Hold it. Oh, wait. No. Hey, I know this looks guy. Hey guys. I know this looks bad. No. Now, not only that, we see somebody running on a roof. I guess that's him. But aside from that, if I say, great, was that him? Terrific. Now do me a favor, Mr. Medical Examiner. This little thing here, what is that? Little. I mean, it's not little, but this. What was that? Now, if God forbid he says that was an exit wound, that even gets even more weird. But can you tell me did you find any particular pieces of anything in this cervical area? They said it went from C2 to C7 before the thoracic vertebra. This because of this titanium vertebrae he has. Mr. Medical Examiner, did you find any lead, any kind of bullet material in there? No. What was that? He goes, you're not going to believe this. Plastic. It's plastic. You mean like from a microphone? So let's what if there's nothing that even remote, and God forbid this thing comes into evidence as what I don't know. And then I put on, as an experiment, I'm going to have people who use a 30-06. Have you seen those things on YouTube? Maybe because you're a girl, you probably don't watch this, but they have these people who shoot bullets through paper plates and through.
I do watch it.
Well,
with my kids.
Because you're demented. Oh, what a good mother. See, honey, make sure if you shoot somebody, make sure you don't use paper plates. Yeah, right. But
they found it fascinating, actually.
Yes, of course. So anyway, but they can bring in like a steer's head. And so, doctor, do you expect this jury to believe, just saying, that this level, it's like concatenation. It's layers and layers of if this, but then this, but then this. And so none of it makes any sense. And then there's
bullets do weird things, Lionel. According to Gary,
grief.
Bullets do weird things, like grieving widows do weird things. Yeah. It's
It,
all
it does,
weird.
right.
Everyone is weird and new, and
How about the fact that they have a rifle? That these dogs, I don't want to be nasty, but they can smell a fish fart. These dogs can smell any rifle shot anywhere, and they didn't catch it. Do you know why? It didn't fire anything.
hmm
And it's like, that's another one. And then, so that compounded, and the jury's going to be sitting here thinking, why am I taking 2 weeks, a month off of my job for this? What are you doing? And the judge is going to be
yeah.
saying, what are we doing here? I
Do
mean,
you
this
think
is,
it's possible to get a jury now that it won't be tainted, that won't know these
yes,
things? Is it possible? How is it possible? I had a question like that for you, because I'm like, this is a case that literally everyone talks about. What are they going to fly someone from Africa? Like, like how will they find people that
right,
don't know, that don't
right.
listen to Candace?
There's going
And
to be some bushman with a spear, some guy with a
I mean,
gondola hat, yeah, no. Somebody from Nepal, some Sherpa. No, first of all, I don't care who you are. You're not going to find anybody who doesn't know about it, number one. But the people say, I'm so tainted. Great. Let me show you the evidence. And as soon as they see it, they're going to say, you probably think this thing is connected. I guess what? It's not. What if I told you it wasn't? What? Did you know that? No. Go ahead, wait. See, during the opening statement, you can always say, and I want you to pay attention. They're going to bring a guy here from the ATF. And I'm going to ask him this question, and I want you to pay attention. I'm going to say, is there anything that connects the rifle to any type of bullet, a bullet which was never found? And they're going to say no. Let me say that again. So not only is Tyler in a bad place, he's magical. He somehow projectiles and force fields and directed energy weapons come from devices he doesn't even hold. This rifle, and then we get into the theory about anyway, it's nuts. The jury's going to be saying, can we just vote not guilty now? I don't even understand this. I don't even understand.
yeah.
Now,
Do you think they relied on people on the divide right versus left, and they just didn't realize that it's not 3-4 years ago, and people will not fall for it so easily? I think about it often.
in part, but there's a very, very, very dark part of my being that says one of the reasons why if the conspirators met, if the cabal met, somebody would have said he wasn't supposed to be here. Remember the first version? I forget who it was. There was a Sam Peters and Constitutional Project. There's so many great investigators, but somebody said the first I guess confession was going to be, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in prison. That would have been the signal for, well, that didn't happen. The second version was, so I turned myself in and we got a hold of a sheriff who since quit. Anyway, so that threw everything off. It's like, wait a minute. The storyline's already in motion. Now what you're going to follow through doesn't make any sense because he wasn't supposed to be here. We weren't supposed to be at this position. It doesn't matter. That's why you better be very careful. I hope Tyler doesn't planning on buying the green bananas. You know what I mean? Because he needs to be really watched because I don't want to get too macabre. But if somebody were to say, things would be a lot easier if, I mean, it's happened before. As you would say, that whatever code name you give for that guy, that guy. Now,
the guy, what is it? The ally guy?
No, your code. Let's talk about Candace. Tell me, what do you think?
Oh, she's okay. She's, she's fine. She's all right.
That's the best one. She's okay. She makes a couple
She'll
of good
do.
points. She makes a couple of good points. A blind dog every now and then finds a nut or whatever it is.
I would like her to have more flavor and intensity,
I know.
in her delivery.
More confidence. Don't be so standoffish.
Yeah. I think, no, obviously, look, Candace, I have been following Candace for For a long time. Candace and Charlie times I was already following. So I'm a fan. I don't like the sentence that I'm going to say. I hate that sentence that I'm going to say. It's not that I agree with everything she says. I realize that Candace is also only human, and sometimes maybe she might get something wrong. But what I've learned over the years following Candace, especially with, I don't want to say that name, it got me in trouble, and Matt from Trigger Smart knows, especially with macaroons. Okay, the investigation she did with macaroons. and now with Charlie, we know that Candace knows stuff and not necessarily talks about those stuff. And then she brings those things up when they will make much more impact than
Let me ask you
if
something.
she brought them up.
I'm glad you brought something up because people always do this. Do you, and I don't want to be this is the first here. Do you agree with everything your husband says or thinks? Everything?
Well, he's here, so I'll say yes. No, I'm joking.
The answer is
obviously.
no. That could be everything from you don't like mushrooms, I do like mushrooms. It could be something as simple as that to whatever it is. This has nothing to do with invalidating legitimacy.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what that means. That's number one. Number two, I can say, nobody asked me, but regarding the first one with the case involving whatever, the case never really got me. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but it's like, so what? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't think, okay. I get in trouble all the time. There are some things that Trump does where I'm thinking, that's good. Other things, that's stupid. And the wrong people hear me say what they want to hear me say. There's no balance. It's like, I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. But they came after her. And did you think they ever knew the fight she has in her or in her and how?
Look, at the beginning, even me, I thought before I knew anything, before we all knew anything, before Candace properly started her investigation and we knew what are the suspects and we knew what's happening in the background, I honestly thought that they will, with TPUSA, with Erica, Andrew, all of them, they will assemble with Candace like Avengers,
Yeah.
And they will be like investigating it together. They will come on her show. She will go to TPUSA. Yeah. They will be going through it together. I honestly, really, I expected that. I thought Erica will like suddenly wake up. She will get so angry and she will be like, Candace, together now, meeting in 5 minutes, like never happened. They retrieved. Retreated.
Right.
That's the word. The further she was going, the further they were pulling back, and it made them look more and more guilty. And so she was like pushing. Then probably Mikey snitched on Andrew. Then she discovered the messages. She discovered this. She discovered that. So I wanted them to be a team at the beginning. Now we see clearly what is happening. Not a team. And they didn't expect it. They didn't expect that it will come and bite them in the butt. They did not expect it. All I'm wondering about, what doesn't fit, is these early messages and leaks that Andrew Colvett was doing. I don't know what was the purpose there. Because, if he's an honest guy and if he's a good guy, maybe he was trying to help the investigation. But what made him the bad guy was that Candace then would talk about this information. She would get backlash for it because people were like, no, that's not real. That never happened. Mm-hmm. And the TPUSA folks, together with Erica, were sitting there smug, watching her getting beaten up on the internet and saying nothing that, we gave her that information. Actually, it's correct. Nobody stood up for her. Nobody revealed the truth when it mattered. And then when it came out that, Andrew Colvett actually said it to Candace, Erica was like, he went crazy. He went rogue, like, it's Andrew. What can we do? So you see, it go like, how can you not be suspicious? This is my point here. How can you not be suspicious when you find out about all these chains of events? And there are people on the internet, they're like, no, 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 no. Doesn't matter. It was, doesn't matter. Who cares? She's grieving.
What was, do you think that Charlie and, well, I'll ask a question people ask. I think Charlie and Erica loved each other. I don't mean romantically. I'm just saying, I think they were the best of friends.
I
And
think he loved her.
And even, you know what? And even if it might have been a little whatever, I don't think it was anything beyond that, because you know how it is. Sometimes things happen. People become close. I'll tell you what I think happened though. I think at some point, I think maybe, and I'm really going, you know what, Kasia, I'm an old feller and I've been around and I know these here people. But I got to tell you something. I think Charlie was not a very sophisticated guy. I don't think he had a lot of girlfriends in his life. I think he was kind of like, he was very smart, very, very, very brilliant in terms of knowing facts, but he was people goofy. And when it came to women, I think when she met him, she rocked his world and he said, whoa, and he didn't know what hit him. And then later on, there's a terrible feeling that happens sometimes when people get married and they think, oh no, I didn't see this one coming. Who is this? Oh, am I screwed? Oh my God. And who was this port in the storm? Who was this voice of the person I could really turn to for help? Who was my friend? It's Candace. We've been through so much. Who was going to very quickly know, because you know what they probably said together. Like you mentioned before, isn't half of it. Like I don't suspect this guy. I don't either. Watch your back, Charlie. You too. And they probably talk. Not only that, with all of the other aspects that were going on in the world and this and that, and how they were trying to use them and position them geopolitically and all that kind of jazz. But I think that they really turned, and I'll bet you anything that Candace knew more about Charlie's real deep feelings. And I think he realized later on, Candace may be my only. I wish my wife could be like she was. You know what I mean? Just in terms of grounding.
There was one TikToker, I forget his name. He went viral as well for his theories. And he mentioned that probably Erica's role in this marriage was actually more like a
minder.
Investors would be like, okay, we need him to do this and that, like push it a little bit. So she would be like, Charlie, like with the war, when he was in the White House speaking to Trump, and maybe they had fights then, and she would be like, why are you doing this? We have all these people rooting for you not to do these things. And maybe those were the arguments they were having. Those were the differences, because he would start having all these thoughts like, oh, maybe I'm on the wrong side of the history. Maybe I'm, rooting for the wrong side. And Erica would be like, no, honey, you're fine. Like all these people, they're pouring money into your company. You cannot just turn away. You cannot just suddenly speak like that.
She was almost like a handler. And I'll bet you anything, she was inadvertently telling people the truth, which may have inadvertently, I don't think she did this on purpose, might have inadvertently led to his own demise. She's trying to do the right thing because she says, look, you know what? Because she's a bag of rocks. She's not that smart. They could have told her, listen, Erica, do me a favor. You got to let me know what's going on, because we got to make sure this is about his legacy, yours, your family, or this. And we can't let him be swayed by the wrong side. He sees too good. You have to help us. And believe it or not, I don't think she deliberately did anything. I think she was just, her stupidity is her defense, not the insanity defense. I don't think she was smart enough to really be that diabolical. I really don't. But all I know is I think that there was really something there. Now, again, in no particular order, which is the most fun about this, because I have no notes or whatever. 2 words for you. Ready? Watch your
Yeah,
skin.
am I learning English now?
So your skin's going to run away now. You ready? Laura Loomer.
No.
Come on.
Sorry.
What
I'll be
is that?
polite.
What is that about? Please.
I was wondering it myself, but then Candace went on her live and on her half an hour rant, and I kind of see her point, and I believe that that's what's happening. I think all these forces that ever had issue with Candace, they joined their forces against her. And I think in the background, they're all working together to create this crazy campaign and to make her look crazy, make her look guilty, break up her family, or just find any dirt on her. Let's not forget that she found out that macaroons, again, I'm sorry I'm saying that. I really cannot say the real name. So macaroons hired private investigator to look into her. Like, this is a presidential couple. They probably have access to the best detectives, to the best investigators that there are. They will go deep. They will go in there. And they couldn't find anything on her. They could not. You know how they say, oh, Candace works with Qatar. Oh, Candace is paid by Russia. And all these crazy things. They couldn't find anything on her because the woman is honest. She never claimed she was a saint all her life. She told us she was a liberal before. She told us she had some lawsuits, and she described them to us. She described what happened in her life. She was always very honest with her audience. She never played somebody that she wasn't. Okay, we know exactly who Candace is. So now, when Laura Loomer suddenly swoops in and she's like, "Oh, I have this dirt on Candace," either it's not true, okay, either it's made up, or we already know. Like, simple as that. There is no other math here to me. So Laura, I mean, what can I say about Laura? I don't
what's funny? Just a couple of maybe. Candace has this ability. Have you ever heard somebody? Maybe you haven't done it, but I've seen this, where somebody tries to insult somebody, and they'll say like, "Hey, you with the funny limp." Yeah, I got that limp when I was trying to save my puppy when my house was on fire. And they go, "Oh no, oh God." And I know I've got this scar. It was when my grandmother was in my arms. Like, oh, for God's sake, stop it. Well, anyway, when Trump even put that picture, I thought, what is this picture of Candace? Like, what is this, like Aunt Jemima? Or something? What is this? This isn't even AI. This is like a horror. So Candace came out and it was masterful. Yes. I was in a luxury apartment at the time, and I had mold. And I felt a pain. I'm thinking, oh God, she's got pain. Oh shit. Oh God. And then my hair. And it's like, she gave this story. It's like, you bastards put this big. I mean, she just.
And the legendary quote that she did, she said, I didn't know the lowest point of my life will be Trump's lowest point. Oh, chills. What? Like, Blake Neff, learn from Candace, okay? That's how you write speeches.
And then there's this poor, I don't know, George Farmer. I think I saw him a couple of times. Very bright, very certainly educated, great family, Oxford, St. Andrews, and there he is. They're making him out to be like somebody from like the Lucchese family, some thug, It's like, wait a minute, what? This poor guy is thinking, wait a minute, I'm not no part of this. No. And it's like, hey, Georgie, glad to be a part of this mess, huh? Never signed on for this, did you? And he goes, what are you talking about? This man, the Donner Pass, he's going to be connected with all kinds of like cannibalism. It's like, what is going on here? And I thought, you cannot. So let me tell you what's going to happen. First, there's a meeting. And the first ones are going to say, okay, listen, the White House, Susie Wiles is going to say, Mr. President, you got to cut bait with her. Cut now. And I mean officially, not turn your back, not ghost her, but I mean officially say, we're done. We're finished. Amputate her so that there's no doubt about it. Ben Shapiro, get to him in a moment, But TPUSA has to say, we do not have any affiliation with Laura Loomer whatsoever. None, period. Now, if that's not the case, then what does she have? Then she's going to get real dangerous. Real, because she's like a stalker mentality. And I don't know if you've ever met these people, but I have. They don't have the executive portion of the brain. There's no circuit breaker. There's no break. You know, you may have thought something sometimes. You may have looked at somebody. You never started screaming. You never started cursing. You never started throwing anything because your system, it's almost like an immune system. It suppressed it. Never even got to that point. She doesn't have that. She's got nothing. These viral alleged videos of her, these rather interesting texts about tattoos, if that's her, this poor guy in a bar, if that's her, you're seeing a level of predation that Ted Bundy would find offensive. I've never seen anything like it. This is not normal. So when when she loses all of that final connective tissue, get ready. It's going to be dangerous. I think she is a loose cannon like you cannot believe.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say like you.
No. If you're a loose cannon, I don't think so. See, but you're more deadly. See, because you're more deadly because you kind of watch it. And also, let me tell you something else. If there are some other Middle Eastern countries who, by the way, perhaps might be enjoying either deliberately or vicariously any of her inadvertent lobbying efforts, they too are going to say, we have nothing to do. You're not helping matters because, let me tell you something. I don't want to bring politics, but October the 7th, this was the world's view. And right now it's down here. It's like, how did that happen? And I think a lot of people are saying we have to readdress our public image here, and we have to excise and ablate anything in the way that might be bringing down. And she sure as hell is not helping the matter.
No, she's not. And the fact that she's the advisor of your president, guys, I mean, I'm glad I'm fired.
My president? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, you know, you're in America. What I noticed, though, with Americans, and not to offend anybody, but they're very passionate people. And once they find their ideology, they stick with it no matter what. They're like, I'm going to die on this hill. I will never. And if you see, like, now that, you know, we have all these influencers and YouTubers and podcasters, they look into each other's backgrounds and they're like, oh my God, this person 25 years ago said that thing and it completely doesn't align with what they're saying today. Well, yeah, growth. Hello. So I know there is, you know, there are people that are logical about it, but there are people that will die on a hill like that. And one of them is Laura Loomer. She's, you know, I use the same analogy with Candace, but she's like the dog with the bone and the dog with rabies, you know. She's just like not gonna give up. She's with it. She's gonna bury the bone and she's gonna, you know, dig it out again. And I'm
gonna say something too. By the way, don't ever worry about saying anything. You cannot offend Americans because I will tell you this much.
Oh, I can.
I can. No. Of a dysfunctional family. Listen, I love my people, my country. The government's another story. Don't even worry about it. There's nothing to do with me at all. Nothing. Because my country gave you rock and roll and jazz and everything else. We had nothing to apologize for. So there's not the problem. But also, and I'm going to say something, please don't you be offended. She's a woman. And hell hath no fury. And I will tell you this much. In your life, the people that will do you more damage than anybody else growing up are women, and roughly your age, and not men. And you know what I'm saying is true. There is a viciousness. You have a viciousness that nature, God, imparted upon you. No, but to protect your brood, you've got to be psycho killers on standby. And sometimes that ability to be brutal is, if earned, is there, But to some people, again, they have no suppressor. It's like a herpes flare up. You don't know when it's going to trigger.
That's
How
it.
about
And
that
it's very
analogy?
dangerous in politics. Very dangerous in politics, especially, and connected with being an American. My husband always told me very, 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 very smart thing. Not to associate myself with any side, with any movement, with anything. Okay, I'm not a conservative, I'm not a liberal. You know what happens when you call yourself a conservative or a liberal? All these things, all the baggage that comes with
Yeah.
that becomes
Oh,
your
yeah.
responsibility. Anything ever stupid that they've done
Yes.
in history, it's like you're responsible suddenly.
Absolutely.
So I never called myself any side, and now I'm living very good life because people are catching up. Okay, people start to wake up that it's us versus the elites, it's us versus them. Yes, not left versus right. There will be people that disagree with each other. They have different concepts of lives. They want to live different lives. They have different level of mental illness. It's gonna be like that. Why to group them into left and right? Is just people with different personalities. That's it. So yeah, I think it's very important to realize that as well. You remember that leftist thing that with all the trans stuff, with all the pronouns that was happening. I was commenting about it a lot on my channel as well. So they decided there are different pronouns. If you're a
Yes.
girl with pink hair and you feel like a dog, then this is your pronouns. Your
Right.
pronouns is a poodle or something. It was just personality. They were describing personalities and nicknames. But as soon as you give a label to something, it becomes a problem. And I've learned that over the years on internet and on YouTube.
Oh.
And I had a YouTuber, because you said like Americans will never get offended with what I'm saying. No, there was a very big YouTuber that commented on my channel. He has like millions of followers. Not our niche, not our group, but he did comment, and he was like, "Oh, who cares about your opinion? You're not even American. Like, why would you comment on some other country's politics?" And I'm like, maybe I would care less if I didn't have your warplanes flying over my house, every day. Maybe then I would care less. But like, America affects everyone around. And yes, we're going to comment. We have opinions about it because you're affecting us too. Anyway, I'm going on a rant now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Listen, no. You don't have to explain anything at all about that. Absolutely. This is part of this is the thing which I don't understand. I always get this all the time because, and believe me, if you've been doing this long enough, people have called you everything. They say, I don't even bother with this guy. He's been everything. That has nothing to do with it. When you're an American, you've got to be able to do, if you want to be involved in this, when it comes to politics, you got to pick a side. I don't. I think it's all nuts. It's crazy. It doesn't bother me. But the thing is simply this: when it comes to this, and by the way, I'm not going to keep you on forever. I was on today with Colin. Jeez, 3 hours. This guy, my God, I'm getting the feeling back in my legs. Anyway, and I appreciate this, but this is something which is so terrific. I bring people into this. Did you ever watch or hear about, or maybe you're not old enough, but Dynasty, Falcon Crest?
I watched Dynasty with my grandma. What are you talking about? I love Dynasty. Okay.
Dynasty.
I was a little girl, but
yeah, Alexis and this and
oh yeah, Brooke.
Today. when they fought each other. Dallas, Knots Landing, Falcon Crest. There would be this one person, and everybody loves the idea, I think, of a person or a personality who is just so diabolical. We love these people. We love this, somebody who is just kind of evil, so to speak. And we love the fact that they're evil, but not so much that they're evil, but they behave in a way that's so transparent. That's the arrogant thing. I think arrogant is the most exciting thing, because you're asking, does she not know that? Did you see what she? The other day, when I swear to you, I think she sits there and says, she goes through her wardrobe. What do you think, guys? The hat? No, we're gonna go with the hat. The sniper hat? Go with it. Good. What else will piss them off? How about having selfies with the tent that Charlie was dispatched under? You can take a selfie.
Oh, the tent. I blocked it out. The tent. Yeah. Oh God.
So you
The
think that
tent was just
no. So let's do this. First of all, you have been wonderful. I want to thank you. Let's do the denouement, the conclusion. What do you think is going to happen in any particular category? Erica, let's go 6 months from now. 5, whatever the period of time. Give me the next major prediction regarding the following. First, starting with Erica. What's going to happen?
I think she will step out of the spotlight, but I think she will be very strategic and she will be appearing. But it's going to be the stuff that we were saying. She will like give an award to someone. She will make an announcement on X. But I think right now it would be very foolish of her to do anything else. Any other, addresses online. I think they will be laying low for a while, and I that would be the best strategy for them.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. Now, will they for sure? I think as long as Blake Neff is on the team, they will not. I think Blake cannot hold himself from tweeting at Candace for some reason. I don't know. I can only advise them. I don't know what's going to happen. I keep getting frustrated that they telling us we cannot talk about it and we cannot give our opinions. By the way, let me do my thing. Everything said today is alleged. All alleged. But
She doesn't mean that. She said that. She's making a statement of fact. Don't even believe that for a moment. No, I know. I'm just saying. I know. This is so stupid. I know this whole. Okay, what about TPUSA in general?
I think we are witnessing it crumbling. Like
who's donating? Where is it? They're canceling events. Even JD Vance. What does it do? I mean, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know what investors are there that still believe in. I don't know. It's something is shady. It's shady.
Okay, that's two I don't knows I got in a row. Now listen, you're gonna have to start making up some facts. Whether you never say I don't know, just
making up facts.
Okay, number 3, Tyler Robinson. What's gonna happen?
Today is the thing, right? They're going to make a decision if there is going to be the preliminary hearing in May.
That's not good. That's all preliminary. That's going to happen. But ultimately, acquittal, guilty, not guilty, or the trial interrupted because it's moot. If you know what I mean, allegedly. What do you think is going to happen?
Oh my God. Okay. I think he is going to be guilty, but not of pulling the trigger. That's because they cannot have him not guilty, I think. If you know what I mean. They can't lose faith completely.
Well, maybe, for example, they might do this. He might be found guilty of a lesser included, or they make a deal. Listen, why don't you plead the manslaughter? Take your, because we'll waive. Yeah. I'm not sure if the death penalty is even on the death penalty. This poor guy. All right, Candace. Her future.
Candace will be Candace. Look, Candace has a bright future, in my opinion. She's directed by faith, first of all. So whatever she says, even if it could be misunderstood, even if it's sometimes too rough in delivery. She's actually directed by something pure and true. So you can't go wrong with that. Even if you make mistakes on the way, I think she's going to be fine. I think she's going to win her lawsuits, whatever is coming. Truth always wins. And she has a massive support system. Okay. Not only her family, her friends, but she has millions of fans who believe in her, that she can do it all. So Candace is going to be fine. That's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, the next question. Well, in a moment. What about she cannot possibly there's going to come to a point where they're going to say, listen, Candace, you've got 12 million people now. This is what you want to do. What's the next step? What's the next step? People are saying run for office, do something else. There's no way a person of her strategy, her trajectory could want to do YouTube for the rest of her life. I mean, what she's got to be some, I think she's going to be a political powerhouse, which is far more, for example, with Massey or with, Joe Kent or somebody along those lines, she could probably, if she says, I want to start a movement, if she said, I want everybody to fly to Kentucky and turn out to vote, she could do it. She is so powerful now that she's going to.
But I think the thing about Candace is that she loves being independent, and I don't think she would ever go into politics because of that, because she wouldn't want to be associated, sponsored, or somehow controlled. I mean, once you're part of the movement, it's a different type of responsibility.
Not running for office, but just being a powerhouse. I think she also believes too much in her kids, and I believe that I don't think she believes in this notion. There's one thing about Charlie I disagree with: a woman should stay home with her kids. Oh, wait a minute. Just a little bit. Let's stay home and we got to work on this. Fathers can do a few things too, you know. I mean, we'll worry on the kind of a balance. Laura Loomer, what happens to her? Where does she go?
I don't think this is going anywhere. I mean, Trump's presidency is finishing, and that's going to be it. I think, like the voice will just fade out into the air. That's it. People will stop paying attention. I mean, that's the way to silence people, right? Stop paying attention. Stop giving it air. That's why, I'm guilty of it because I talk about it. I cover it on my channel. So we give some food to that because it's entertaining as well. But,
right. But people,
there is no substance there.
But people will also just lose. It doesn't, after a while, we're going to say, whatever. Not that I'm saying it's true, but if she actually uncovered, you're not going to believe it. Candace is a serial killer. She's got 18. If it were true, if she's, no, I can prove it. They go, yeah. No, I'm telling you. She can say anything at this point. She has spent.
No credibility.
There's nothing left. So who else is there? This, TV USA, whatever. Now, moreover, what about you, young lady? Tell us about your future, your trajectory. Where are you going with this?
I don't know, because it's really, I feel like it just started. So I hope it's a very, very weird place to be right now, because I just started having a lot of subscribers and I get support from people who I don't know. And it's so humbling and it's so nice that people actually checking on me and cheer me on, and it's amazing. So I hope this platform grows. I hope people will keep trusting my opinions, will be entertained by me, and I can do this because I really like doing it. And I will agree here with Ian Carroll, who always says, we're just normal folks who decided to sit in front of camera and share our thoughts. That's how it works. And he encourages a lot of people to just sit in front of the camera. If you have something to say, just say it. Make a video. Everyone should do it. And this is how it is. People kind of idolize podcasters. I see that happening, and they're like, go into the fire with it. It's like normal people, and
yes,
it's a surreal thing.
And by the way, I'm really glad to see that he's doing, I hope he's doing well.
Same.
This is weird. I just found out, I just looked one day and I noticed this. I've been doing this, I've been on for 20 years. YouTube, 20 years. I didn't even realize it before. It's like nothing. And I never felt, we had all kinds of stuff come and go. And I never felt like I was a part of a community but if I told you right now, if somebody told me, you're not going to believe this, but in Birmingham, Alabama, there's going to be a meeting of the collective. Candace will be there, Baron will be there, Ian will be there, you'll be there, all these people will be there, and people from your own, I'm sure you have people from your own family, your own listeners. And it's in one place where people show up. I'd go there. I'd want to say, hey, And it wouldn't be like, oh, there's see what's weird about this, it's not like, oh, there's Candace the, it's like, no, I know her. It's a friend, because this is not TV. It's
Yeah.
it's you're there, and I know you. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yes.
It's a familiar fame. It's not for fame. It's not. It's not this distant.
Yeah, and what I realized, what is happening now between YouTubers that I kind of stepped into lately, is like there is no competition. They are on a mission together. And like I said, they all watch each other. We all watch each other. I watch Baron, Candice, you, Colin, everybody. I was on live with Trigger Smart Matt, who was amazing. I want to give a shout out to him, because he was my first live actually, and he was great. And there is no competing, like to get more views, to like get better video, or get better scoop. Like everyone is just like, oh
Yeah,
guys, did you hear what Lionel said yesterday
Yeah.
on his podcast, or what Jesse on Fire discovered? Like so why so sad? Everyone is just like, it's such a cool thing. It is a community. It's like a little family, like a group of friends supporting each other and encouraging each other.
and then every now and then somebody will say, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opposite tack. I'm going to attack him, and all of a sudden we say, well.
Right.
Look who it is. Well, let's see how that goes. And there are these people, and I've seen them. I'm not going to mention any names, but they're miserable. You talk about being Polish. There are the great words. There's a word that Cubans have from West Ham. They call pesado. It's like they're bitter. They're like sour. They walk around like that, and they're just never happy. And they hate everybody. They hate Trump, and they hate this guy. They hate that, and they just. And people will say, I can't believe you're listening to Candace. Like, well, what is she saying that's wrong? I don't. She just. I said, look, pal, that ain't gonna cut it. You got to give me some facts. Not a good move. Try working around this. I mean, good luck. Good luck. But there's this. But they kind of like dwindle away. But like I was saying, in 20 years, I've never seen a group of people who feel like, hey, wait a minute. All for one, one for all. We're like the Three Musketeers. It's a different mentality. It's not
very.
It's. I'm telling you, it is weird. Well, very quickly, I got to tell you something. I don't mean to be gratuitous on this, but for somebody who only speaks, and I speak English only, and I speak some other languages so poorly. Put it this way: I speak Italian and Spanish so poorly, it would be like an illiterate with brain damage. I mean, I say sound, but your English is perfect. I don't know how you do this, because not only are you coming forward, but you're of foreign birth, and you are competing with the best. How did you learn this? I'm always amazed by
that. Truly, the first, we had English at school. It doesn't count. Everyone has languages at school. It doesn't count. You learn
Not here.
Words. Oh, okay.
No.
We do. We have English at school as like mandatory. But truly, you don't learn. It's like a pastime. Right. So I discovered Friends, the TV series, and I watched it religiously and with subtitles, and I started learning English there. And then I moved to Cyprus, and I met my husband. And in order to, grow my relationship, I had to learn to speak better and better. And simultaneously, I was learning Greek as well, so I can speak with his family. So that's how it went. It's just over the years, because I had to practice, I had to speak. A lot of people, it's like one of the main languages is English here. There's Greek and English and Russian as well. So yeah, you need to speak. I speak Polish because obviously I was born and raised in Poland. I speak English, as you can hear, and Greek, and I can speak some Russian too.
See, I think that's incredible. There was something called linguistic relativity, where somebody said that when you speak a different language, you will think differently. How do you dream, and what language do you dream?
Now in English. It's very interesting. I do dream in English. Yes.
See,
I started at the point, And it's very true in my case, because I started dreaming in English when I started feeling much more confident in English. So what happens, you at the beginning you translate in your head from Polish to English, from English to Polish, like you're trying to make sense out of it. And then at some point it doesn't happen anymore. It just, words flow naturally. And I think that's when it happens that you start dreaming in that language. You feel comfortable. It's like natural. Now I forget words in Polish. Like I replace them with English because it's been 20 years I don't live there. So yeah.
That's so interesting, because I'm interested in how people in different languages. I'm also interested in how people who are not sighted dream, and how people. It's just interesting. By the way, a couple of things. I want to be very, very nice people who said some very good things about you. Says Lionel and Kasia, love you both to bits. This is from Stephen Salty. Moon says Lionel and Kasia, such a sweetheart. We love her. Look at this. Look at the feel the love. How do you pronounce Kasia? I think, or Kasia, a great collaboration. Have you ever read a memo? You don't know what they're saying. A lot of abbreviations. Well, this is not that case. Anyway, Lionel Kasia, Trigger Smart is in the house. Look at that.
Hi, Matt.
There
Hello,
we go.
Trigger Smart.
Here we go.
I give
Trigger
him a
Smart is
shout
in the
out.
house. There we go. And the something podcast says, love you guys. You're not looking at the camera.
Looking?
I don't know what that means. Wonderful stream. You two, great team. Your opinion, are EK and AK handlers of CK and OP? Look at this. See what I mean by this? Sometimes I think, are you I think we kind of
my language now. Coding in real time.
Says, Red Rum, there we go, by Lintbrush would be an interesting. That's my thing there. Anyway, this is just so terrific. Again, the name of yours at Daily Freddo, which by the way is the coffee. What a delight! Thank you so very much. I can't.
I am honored. Honestly, I had no idea. One day I'll be sitting on Lionel Nation's channel. Are you kidding me? This is a highlight.
Well, listen,
for real.
But you're good though. You're very good, and people love you. And it's also, you know what you're talking about, and you're part of my daily circuit. So anyway, thank you so very much. You have been absolutely 100% a delight. I thank you so much. My best to you and your family, and I hope we do it again.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. All the very best. That was Kasia, my friends. And let me thank you. And let me thank you, my friend, at the last minute for pooping in. Pooping in? Did I say that? Popping in. Thank you so much. She was a delight. Please, at Daily Freddo. We'll see you later. I may or may not be on tonight at 8. I don't know, because frankly, I'm exhausted. I've been talking all day. And I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And that's a bad thing when you start saying, Anyway, thank you, my friends. Have a great day. Please remember, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, always, please be a part of this. And don't forget our final words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dad.